Hey guys, so I am really excited and also a little bit scared, just a little bit, to do this challenge, the How I Did My Makeup in High School challenge. I've been seeing so many people coming out with this and it just cracks me up because I feel like nowadays there's now YouTube's all over the place. Everybody watches the YouTube tutorials and I swear like high schoolers now, they literally look like they're adults. They have all their outfits, their poses, they don't look awkward. They don't go through an awkward stage at all. They just come out looking like models and I don't understand it. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty crazy. I've come a long way since high school and my makeup. There was not a lot going into this makeup look. I did not take time to do anything. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad, but I hope that you enjoy this video anyway, and let's just get into it. So first thing, I just wanna say, I know like a lot of people have been going out and trying to get all the products that they used to use and apply them on camera, but I am lame and I don't really want to go out and spend a lot of money on getting all these products, and honestly some of them I don't remember the exact type of product that I used. I just remember what I did to achieve the look that I got. I hope that doesn't bother you that I don't use exactly every single product that I used in high school, but I'm going to show you how I did it, and I think that's what matters most because it's not good, guys. It's not. So I hope that you don't mind that I don't use the products, but I will tell you because I do remember some of them and what I would use. So anyways, I'm gonna be done with my rambling. Let's get into how I did my makeup in high school. Okay, so first things first, I wanted to say that I purposefully gave myself these pimples for this high school challenge makeup video because, like, you know, in high school you're just getting pimples left and right. So I wanted to make this authentic, so you're welcome. So the very first thing that I would do is, first of all, never primed anything. I mean, I feel like that's very recent as far as makeup goes. So I never primed, but I just applied my concealer. So I remember I would use concealer sticks, would just use anything drugstore related, like the little anything really. I didn't have like a preference and I wasn't, you know, good at it. So I'm just gonna use the Instant Age Rewind today. And what I would do is I would just make little dots and just kind of put it right under my eye. And if I have any pimples, I would put it on my pimples. But you know, that's pretty much, that's it. And I would just use my fingers. I would just go right on in. No priming the lid, no putting concealer on the lid, just the under eyes. That's it. Nowhere else. And I didn't use any foundation, liquid foundation. I would just use, remember, this brings me back. And if you ever used this makeup that I'm about to say, gosh, you definitely were in high school when I was in high school. I was obsessed with all of the Bare Minerals face starter kit. Anything Bare Minerals, I was about it. Like, I would always use the Bare Minerals face powder starter kits. Like, you got your face powder, you got your warmth bronzer all over glow. Oh my god, I love that stuff. And then your mineral veil to set everything, because you know you did so much hard work to put just powder all over your face. And I would always just use the brush that it came with, and I would just put it all over my face. I would put the warmth all over. So today I'm just gonna start out with just a pressed powder. I would either use, like, sometimes I'll use the L'Oreal True Match powders. I would use literally just either it was Bare Minerals or it was just a powder, and that was it. So I'm just gonna put it on a big brush. I used the brush for like everything, and no setting anything. You just put this all over, and I'm not joking. Bare Minerals was my jam. And also, looking back, I think that's a great starter for a great entry into doing makeup when you're younger, because it's just powders and stuff. So I would just use Bare Minerals all over, and I loved that stuff. Seriously, but it's like expensive. I just looked up how much the starter kit would be, and it's 50 bucks. Okay, so then I would use religiously the Bare Minerals warmth all over face, whatever. It's like the warmth color, and it is just so pigmented and it was like so intense, but I would put that stuff all over my face. No contouring, none of that stuff. You just put bronzer all over your face, just everywhere. So I can't remember when Hoola Benefit Bronzer came out, but I'm pretty sure this came out like later on in high school. I swear. I can't remember when it came out, but I would love this stuff. This was like my first like real makeup, like Hoola Benefit Bronzer. Oh my gosh, I'm so lame. So I'm just gonna use a bronzer and just put it all on that big powder brush and just start bronzing up my face. There was no technique. You put it all over your face. Especially, oh my gosh, when I was like, I know I'm not tan at all, but when I was tan in the summertime, I think I spent 5 minutes just putting on bronzer everywhere. I would drag it down my neck. I was good about that. I would just put it everywhere. Just keep adding it on. Just don't even stop. And I thought it looked so good too. Oh yeah, my whole face is just so tan. Oh yeah. And let's see, okay. So I would put on blush, but I would always use just those, if you would go into Maybelline and use those like little single blush with it, has like the little strip of the blush and like the little blush brush. I would just buy those. I would just get random ones. I mostly just stuck to a color very similar to this one, just using a very pink or a very mauve-y color. I would just use that, and I would just use the brush that it came with. But because I don't have those brushes, I'm just gonna take a blush brush. I can never say blush brush correctly. And I wouldn't put it, I wouldn't put it all the way back. I just would focus it on my apples of my cheeks. Just right there. Oh yeah. And I would want color, so I would just, that was good. That's good. I look rosy. I would, seriously, oh gosh. Okay. That looks good. That looks so good. Okay. There was also, oh god, there was no brows, okay? I'm not even gonna try to like make myself feel bad about it. I did not start filling in my brows until like 2-3 years ago. Seriously, I didn't start until then, and I don't know how I went that long without filling them in, because I swear when you have your brows filled in nicely, it just changes everything. So this is what I would do with my brows if I were going to make sure they looked good. Good. It's so disgusting, but I would just like lick my finger and just run my finger through my brows, because I don't know if you can tell, but they're very curly and they kind of go all over the place. And so this is what I would do like multiple times throughout the day. I would always go like this. I would touch my brows. You can ask my sisters, and I swear I would just go like this and just make sure that they're in place, because they would go all over the place. But I never filled them in, and they were crazier than this. Like, they would go all over the place. They were very thin. Yeah, they were not good. They were not good at all. Yeah, no brows around that time. No brows. So I didn't set or prime my eyelids either. Like, that's it. That's my face. Yeah. So what I would do for my eyes, so very early on, and I'll insert a couple pictures here, which I'm sorry for, I just apologize already for my pictures. I thought that just take a picture, like you had to go like, or like I would never just smile. It was just, I had to open my mouth somehow, and I seriously had the most embarrassing pictures. Not even just like embarrassing like I was being bad. It was just like I couldn't take a good picture. I just had to make a face, and it was so stupid. So very early on, I would do literally just what I just did and just mascara. That's it. Like nothing else. I didn't try to put on shadows or anything like that. Then moving on to like my junior into senior year, I was starting to experiment a little bit more with makeup. And this is what I would do. I would never put any concealer on my eyelids, like nothing at all. But I would put on some either very light, like a tan brown, kind of like, let's see. I would fluctuate between the two. So I would take like something like Buck, and I would just put that just all over my lid, and that's it. Or I would take a shade like Gunmetal, put it all over my lid. And that's the one that I did primarily in a lot. So I'm gonna do that one today. So this is how I did my eyeshadow. Oh yeah, let me zoom you in for this too, just so you can really see the magic. So I'm just gonna take Gunmetal and I just put it all over my lid. Just start putting it all over. Oh yeah, this brings me back. I thought this was the bee's knees. Like this was makeup, guys. So good. And it would be such an obvious line of when it stopped, but I thought it looked so good. Isn't that so funny? Just looking back on oh gosh, you thought it looked so good at the time and nobody said anything. I mean, I guess everyone thought it looked good too, or they just didn't want to say anything. And then I would take a black eyeliner and I just go balls to the wall. I never really like to use black eyeliner too much anymore because it's so harsh on my skin. Like my complexion, I'm very pale, and so black is very harsh. But in high school, you know, it doesn't matter. You just put on the black liner. So I remember I would just put a line on the top line. And I wasn't good at putting it on. That's why I'm putting it on kind of sloppily. Sloppily? Is that a word? Sloppy. There we go. And then I would always just kind of go over with my finger and blend it out a little bit, you know, smoke it out. You know what I'm saying? Then I would always put it on my waterline. Oh man, this brings me back. This is high school right here. And I would just like take my finger. Oh yeah. So good. Do my other eye. Like, look how blended out that is. Isn't that just, gosh. It's so funny though, because I never really got too into makeup until college. Like senior year, going into freshman year of college is when I really started watching that's like when YouTube started to become like a thing. Or at least for me it did. And that's when I really started to learn all the little tips and tricks, and I feel like I've grown so much with my makeup since then. Oh my, this like makes me embarrassed because it just looks so harsh and just so bad. Oh, I can't handle my eyebrows. Like I just can't even handle it. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's so funny. Like I said earlier, like I feel like high schoolers now, just nobody has an awkward stage anymore. I feel like everybody is just so good at doing their makeup. They're really good at doing like all their, you know, having their outfits and all their poses on Instagram. Like you're supposed to go through an awkward stage and nobody goes through it anymore, I feel like. So that's what I would do for my eyes. Yeah. Okay, no curling of the lashes either. I seriously was just looking for my eyelash curler because it's so out of habit. But I would never curl my lashes. I would just put on the mascara. And I know for a fact I would use this mascara in high school. The Voluminous Carbon Black. Like my friend Jade showed me this one. It was always the best. And I would try out like other ones obviously, but this was like definitely one of the faves I remember. And it still is a favorite, but I would only do like a very light layer. I think I might have done 2, but I really didn't do a good job at my mascara either. Oh god. Oh gosh. Who, like when you look, and I'm looking at myself right now, I'm like, why? Why did you think this was attractive? It wasn't. I just can't handle this face right here. It's like if you look at like all my pictures, it's just like gray, black. It's just not okay. Oh man, I feel like it's not even gray enough. Like I feel like I totally put on more gray. I might have even mixed black and gray together, to be real. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more on. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I remember. Put some black in there. Looks real good. And I'm not even trying to be precise because I wasn't in high school. Oh yeah, so good. So blended, just beautiful. As far as lip goes, I would just use a chapstick. Doesn't matter what kind, that's what I would just use a chapstick. And to be honest, like, I have not gotten into wearing lipstick all the time. I do wear it, you know, when I'm trying to make a really good look, or if I'm going to somewhere like nice, but I'm really bad at having just makeup on, lipstick on, because I just feel like I'm always worried about if I'm messing it up or if it looks splotchy. So not much has changed with high school as far as like lips go, but yeah, this is the final look. This is exactly how I do my makeup in high school, and I know it looks really good, guys. You don't even have to tell me. It's okay, you learn from the experience, and I now know how to do my makeup way better. So that's good. I hope that you liked this video. I had a lot of fun making this video, just because looking back, just thinking about myself back in high school and just everything that was happening, and just this being what I thought looked good is just too good. So I hope that you liked this video and that you found it fun. And if you want to subscribe, please subscribe. That means so much to me. Don't forget to like this video if you remember that your makeup in high school was awful. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.